Oh, writers. What? I'm not ready. Hold on. Hold on. I think I need to fix something. Hold on. Be right back. Where'd my glasses go? Where'd they go? Oh, they're there. I can't see very well. Hold on. I need my glasses. I gotta fix something here. Ah, now do I look like your writing teacher? I don't? Mr. Richards is here with me. Do you think I look like a writing teacher right now, Mr. Richards? No, he's shaking his head no. Well, what do I, okay, maybe I need to take off my bathrobe. That might be a start. I'm gonna fix that. You don't like my hair? No? What if I just do this a little bit better? Okay. Well, writers, you might be wondering why I came to you like this today. And I was thinking, today is the day for fixing and fancying. Now, I'm almost there, not quite. But I was thinking about you this morning, and I was thinking, as writers, we need to fix and fancy our work. On Monday, you wrote an essay. Now, my essay doesn't look quite ready, does it? But your essay is almost there, but it's time for you to do some fixing and fancying. So one way that I like to teach that is to show you what it means. It means to fix, to make it so you can see, I can see you now, but really good writing, you don't just fix it and put the right things in, you also fancy it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can fancy up my writing essay Teach Yourself today. Ooh, fancy? Look a little better. Ooh, maybe I could. Don't like it? Here, let's try this. Ooh, fancy. Ah, now I feel ready. Now I feel like my writing piece is ready. So writers, one way I want to teach you today, I'm going to take this off because it's a little distracting, is that fixing and fancying isn't just about making your writing piece look like something that is presentable, but it's about making it look its very best, making it look like the way you want it to be. And so the way we do that as writers is we start by fixing, just fixing the main things that need to be fixed. When you go through, you might notice that you're missing some commas. That happens, right? Especially when we get those really long run-on sentences. So we call that fixing. We're adding commas where they need to be. Also, another way that we fix our writing, quotation marks. If somebody's talking in your writing, ooh, I hear Milo barking right now, he's talking. If somebody is speaking in your writing, we need to have quotation marks so we know we can hear that voice. As a reader, we can hear it. That's a fix. Another way that we fix is by finding capital letters. Finding them or putting them in where they need to go. Right, Luke D? Always starting a sentence with a capital letter. Third grade writers don't break the rules. Third grade writers do not ever start a sentence without a capital letter. Another way you do capital letters is when you're talking about a specific person. If you're talking about Jeremy and those shoes, or if you're talking about Opal in Winn-Dixie. That is another way that we fix our writing. Well, now you might be wondering, how do we fancy? How do we fancy up our writing? Well, one way is by using really what? Juicy words. What's a juicy word? I savored the taste of the apple. That's a juicy word, savor. Or fresh, or spicy. Words that really make you see and feel and hear and taste what it is that you're describing. Those are juicy words. Those are sensory words. And another way that we really fancy up our work is with more detail. We add in more detail. Don't just tell me that Jeremy is open-hearted, but give me examples and even go back to the text and pull out those exact quotes. That's adding more detail. I can tell that I need to add some more detail to my hairdo here today. Another way that you can add more or fancy up your work is by including a photograph. A photograph maybe could be a drawing, or it could be an actual photograph. Now in your case, if you're writing still about Jeremy and those shoes, maybe you're just drawing a picture of a pair of shoes. Maybe you're including a little bit of clip art or a photograph. You don't have to do that, but it's one way that writers can fancy up their work. When writers write information text, they use those expert words, or they use charts and diagrams or timelines. those are things that we can include, but when we're doing literary essays, we don't usually do those quite as much. But again, these are all ways you can fancy up your work. Now, many of you wrote about those shoes for your literary essay. Some of you chose a different book. So today what you're going to do is you're going to go back into the essay that you wrote on Monday, and you're going to fix and fancy up your work using all of these great strategies. And there's a chart in our Google Classroom to help you remember these also. You may also go in and use the opinion writing checklist that I've included. That is a way for you to check your essay writing skills against where you should be as a third grader. And it's just that way of looking and checking and seeing, have you done it or not? And are you starting to? We've done those in class, so it should be very familiar to you. So again, today, all you're doing is finding those reading glasses, finding those things that you need to be ready, and fancying up your work. You're fixing and fancying. Now, the last thing I'll say, writers, if you have had it with this literary essay, and you feel like you need to fix and fancy something a little bit different today, that's all right. I will say that again. You have my permission today to go into a previous piece that you've written during our time, whether it's in your Slice of Life journal or in your Google Classroom from last week, anything that you have, or your pandemic journal, the one that we have online, is the Slice of Life journal online, any former piece of writing that you have done in these last several weeks, you may fix and fancy that and put that into the Google Classroom page for today. Any questions you have for me, you know where to find me. I will be here looking my very fixed and fancy best. And remember, you can sign up for office hours, or you can email me and let me know if you have questions on this. But again, today you can pick any piece and fix and fancy it. You are thinking about how to make your work your very best. So I can't wait to see what your very best looks like. Off you go.